Hi everyone, Torsten again from the WinglessValkyrie YouTube channel, here with another fireside tour, or fireside chat, just with my name. This one doesn't come from any viewer questions submitted by any means. This is just kind of a topic I wanted to discuss a little bit, because it is very relevant to me very soon here. And I have some feelings that I can't really talk about on the main channel, so I'm going to share them here. Sorry for the boom arm squeakiness. So, I have had a very, very fortunate opportunity come up for me in the coming days here that a lot of YouTubers, when they start out, dream about getting. And it's finally happened for me. And now it hasn't fully gone through, so it could all fail, but it's mostly gone through. And that is, I have a fully paid sponsorship opportunity happening for me in the next couple of days that you guys will see. And what I mean by fully paid sponsorship is that I've had different types of sponsorships or deals in the past. The most well-known one is that I have an affiliate deal with Adventure Dice, where if you go to adventuredice.com, use code Valkyrie at checkout, you get 10% off your purchase. You guys who are regulars probably know this extremely well, because I don't shut up about it. But that's also because I know Adventure Dice. I know Andrea and Blair, the people who own and run Adventure Dice. I've met them numerous times. I've been involved in a lot of their stuff. So I'm very, very happy to be one of their affiliates, because I am very well known with this company. They're not some random company across the pond that I just, they pay me lots of money and so I promote their product because they pay me. It's not like that at all. It's an affiliate deal, which for those who don't know means that Adventure Dice doesn't actually give me a flat rate of money or anything up front. All that happens is that Adventure Dice gives you, anybody who uses my link or uses my code when you go and buy stuff, a discount code. And then anytime you guys purchase something using my discount code, then and only then do I make any money from Adventure Dice. And so if a whole month goes by and nobody who bought anything from Adventure Dice used code Valkyrie, then I would make no money. I only make money when my code is used. So it's not a sponsorship, it's an affiliate deal or affiliate marketing. Because of your affiliation, that is the only way you make money. So Adventure Dice doesn't pay me unless you buy their product using my code at discount. So it's an affiliate deal, not a sponsorship, just to clarify. And then some of you might remember several months ago, I had a similar, now this is closer to a sponsorship deal, where I had a business opportunity with Curiosity Box, the Vsauce subscription box thing, where they sent me a part of the newest box that was coming out. It was a dice set, Denary dice set or something like that. I can't remember what it was called, but they sent me that product for free to keep forever and to use as promotion for the Curiosity Box subscription that was coming. Now, they also gave me an affiliate deal where I had a discount code. If you bought the subscription box using my code, then and only then did I get paid any money. So it's a little different than Adventure Dice, because Adventure Dice doesn't give me any free product. I only make money when a code is used. However, Curiosity Box gave me both a code to be used to make money the same way, but they also sent me free product that I got to keep forever to use as promotion. So it's a little bit in between. Now, technically, under rules of the government and everything, that is still a sponsorship, because goods was exchanged for promotion, even though it was not monetary based, but they still sent me free product. But this weekend, coming up, as you guys will see, on episode 19 of Coins, Cards, and Crowns, happening this Sunday, which will be November 7th, for those who are wanting timelines, I have a fully paid sponsorship. This sponsor has sent me the product for free to keep, and they have paid me a flat rate to talk about this product and given me a discount code to share with you guys. Now, I cannot say who the sponsorship is until the date of the live stream, where you guys will find out, but it is a very, very cool sponsor whose product I have used in the past for just my own personal desire, and I'm very, very happy to be working with this person. Now, this is where we get into a little bit of a tricky topic that I just kind of want to talk about, because I am not immune to the fatigue that viewers have with YouTube and Twitch streams a little bit, but primarily YouTube and sponsorships. I fully understand why people call people sellouts when, you know, you start selling stuff to your audience. And I have been very weary of doing that kind of thing for so long because my channel, I just passed by 12 years of YouTube, by the way. Yippee! So I have definitely not been consistent in 12 years, but I've had my channel for 12 years. So that was kind of neat to see. But I've been very weary on trying to monetize my channel and really push sellable things on my channel for a very long time, because merchandise and sponsorships and selling anything like that is a currency. You build up this currency. I am definitely quoting Josh Strife Plays or Josh Strife Hayes here. He's mentioned this before in a way better way than I could ever mention, but sponsorships and merchandise deals and all this kind of stuff is a currency that is built up over time from your audience. And if you try to cash in on this way too early or in the wrong way, then you lose the currency of audience trust very easily. And it's very hard to get that back. So over time, you build up and build up and build up audience trust with you. And so, you know, the trust between you and your audience. And then every single time you try to sell something or you take a sponsorship deal or anything like that, you inevitably burn a little bit of that trust. Now, maybe some people don't see it that way, because if it's a product that they would actually like, then a little bit of that trust is not burnt. However, I have watched numerous YouTube videos in my years, and many times I will watch channels that I fucking love. I adore and watch every single video of them. Do you think I still watch every single sponsorship those videos have, even if they're sponsorships that I would directly enjoy purchasing? Absolutely not. I skip 95% of all fucking sponsorships on almost every single YouTube video I watch, because I do not watch YouTube to be like sponsored at. Sponsored at's not the right term. What? Advertised at. Goddamn. I don't watch YouTube to have advertisements thrown at me all the time. And neither do you. You do not log on to YouTube to watch ad after ad after ad. If you wanted to watch endless advertisements, then you could just turn on cable TV or go and watch the fucking TikTok For You page or the Instagram For You page. It's like 2 videos and then a sponsored video. I swear to God, it's insane. And that's why, like, ad blockers are so prevalent nowadays. And even YouTube itself knows this is a problem, because if you have YouTube Premium, and YouTube's little AI robots and everything have been analyzing videos now, because if you have YouTube Premium, you know exactly what this is. But anytime you're watching video and the channel starts talking about a sponsor, like this video is sponsored by like whoever the fuck it is, a little pop-up now shows up the bottom right corner saying jump ahead. So you can click that and it will immediately skip the sponsor segment of the YouTube video. So YouTube itself knows that sponsors turn people away from the YouTube video. So they've now baked in an option where YouTube videos see what parts of the videos are sponsored and they allow you to skip that. Just like they allow you to skip advertisements after watching them for 3 to 5 seconds at the start. I'm assuming they still do that because I have YouTube Premium, so I haven't seen advertisements in a very long time. So I'm always been, getting back to the main topic, I've always been weary about pushing and selling products or anything like that. I have merchandise. I've had a merch store for years and I consistently go back in it and I update some stuff that I don't want to sell anymore or I just don't think is really good enough quality, and I consistently change little things here and there all the time, but I don't talk about it all the time because I have such a small, you know, currency of trust in audience, because my audience base is so small. It's not that the trust is tiny. I sure hope the trust is, you know, better than the average, but it's because there's so little of it. I do not have a big audience of trust to pull from. And if you try to monetize so early on in a channel's history, then it's very, very easy to lose that little bit of trust that you already have. So I don't talk about my merchandise all that much. I wear it on videos and such. I mean, even wearing the shirt, some of the shirts right now. Some of the shirts. I'm wearing 15 shirts right now. But I just don't talk about them. And like in the in the Twitch live streams, I talk them a little bit more, and we do a little thing about like, if you like the merch you're wanting, you can buy it down below. And we do that just at the beginning because it's a 3 to 4 hour video, and we talk about a little bit of, you know, ways that you can support us for 30 seconds to maybe a minute. So it's less than 1% of the entirety of the video, and I find that's fine. But when I'm doing regular YouTube videos that are anywhere between like 8 to 20 minutes long, doing a sponsored segment or anything takes up more time of the full allotted time, and I don't enjoy doing that. Now, here's where we get into the rough topic. Everybody tries to skip sponsors. Everybody tries to skip advertisements on videos. I do it, you do it, we all do it. Nobody wants to do it. But as a content creator, it is a necessary, I was going to say like a necessary evil, but it's not exactly evil because sponsorships can be good for everybody involved. Some of them are not, but the vast majority of the time they are good. And I would like to believe that the sponsorship that I have coming up this weekend is a net good for everybody involved. But the thing is, I'm sorry, I'm all over the place just kind of talking about this because it's a very nerve-wracking feeling. I am equal parts super jazzed and excited about this and exceptionally nervous and just worried. Not because I think the sponsorship is not going to go well or that people are going to be like, why the fuck would you take that spot? 100%. Everyone's going to look like, oh, yeah, that makes sense for your channel. 100%, no questions asked. The problem is I'm quite nervous primarily that this sponsor is not going to want to work with me again because the return on their product is not going to be what they hoped for because my channel is so small. And also because the price of the product that they're giving me is quite high, which is another very, very, very cool thing. But I just wanted to be upfront is that the sponsorships are a necessary part on YouTube for content creators because the vast majority of content creators' primary source of revenue for doing content creation is sponsorships. It's not merchandise sales. It's not advertisements. It's not like donations or anything like that. It's sponsors. I have, like, just for a quick ease of use, I'm going to go to my current earnings right now on my main YouTube page. And you always go over the last 90 days. Anything less than 90 days is a little short. So in the past 90 days, I have made $43.84 in ad revenue. And that's Canadian dollars, so it's probably a little bit less in American dollars. You can figure out the conversion for yourself. Now, I have also been gone for the last 2 weeks. I was in Scotland, so I haven't made any YouTube videos or uploaded any live streams. So this could be a little bit lower than normal, but it's probably average. So over 90 days, I have made 43 Canadian dollars. Let's say 44 if we round it up. This sponsor is paying me. I can't say the price for legal reasons, but it's considerably more than what advertisements have been paying me. So as a content creator, like for what the sponsorship asks of you and then what they're going to pay for what you're going to do, it is an absolute no-brainer to take this sponsorship. You get free product out of it. You get to share a discount code with your audience who can get that product then at a reduced rate, and you get paid to do all of this for a little bit of work out of your time. It's incredible. And I'm sure some viewers know that. But it's still annoying to be watching a small channel that, you know, doesn't have any sponsors or anything, so you don't need to worry about skipping through videos and everything like that. And then suddenly you're being like told to check out something and buy something. And you're like, bro, you got less than 5,000 subs. What the fuck are you doing? And that's the, I guess, the thing I'm kind of really struggling with, because I have also told this sponsor outright. I was like, listen, I would love to work with you. I really, really would. I've used your product in the past, so I know it's good, and this new stuff is going to be good. I know it is. However, you need to be aware that I do not have a large viewer base across both my Twitch and my YouTube channels. It's not super massive, and the price of this product is quite high. I do not know if this sponsorship is worth your while. But if you still want to do it, here are my rates, because they asked me, they did not tell me how much they would pay me. They asked me how much I would charge them. Now that could be because they wanted to go into a negotiation about it, but I told them up front, I was like, these are my views, these are my average views of the last 90 days. This is my subscriptions. This is my Twitch viewership. I do not know if this is enough for you to make a return on investment on this. But if you still want to go ahead with this sponsorship anyways, here is my rate. And I gave them a decent number for what I was offering and everything. And they emailed me back and they said, that's perfect. We'll take it. Which means I could have fucking went for 20% more than I asked because they took exactly what I fucking offered them. But whatever. It is what it is. I was still ecstatic and blown out of the way. So, and that's very cool. And that just means that, you know, maybe they'll work with, they want to get in on smaller YouTube channels because they're more connected to their audience. I've heard that thrown around before. I'm not a business owner, so I don't know if that's 100% true, but I could see that being true. So, but anyways, to kind of try and bring this all together, because it's just kind of been a mixed match of thoughts. But let's be honest, you're not actively 100% just listening to this. You're doing something else while this is in the background. If you have spent your entire time, like, what is it, almost 16 minutes now, just listening to this and doing nothing else, leave a comment down below. It's like, I listen to this and only this, because that's impressive. Most people don't do that anymore. Most people listen to YouTube videos or watch YouTube videos while they're eating fucking food. So hats off to you if you do that. So all in all, this is to say that this is a big moment for me. This is a huge moment for me as a content creator, to finally get not an affiliate deal, not a, you know, a pseudo sponsorship where I got free product but didn't get paid unless anybody used my link. This is a full sponsorship where I'm getting free product, I'm getting a discount link, and I'm being paid a flat amount for all of this. And I'm ecstatic about this. I'm super fucking jazzed about this. And it's not some basic sponsorship. Like, I'll be upfront, it's not HelloFresh, it's not AG1, it's not any of these sponsorships that you see across like a variety of YouTube channels out there. This is a very niche product that would 100% go well with my audience, which is primarily the reason I took this. And that leads me into another thing I wanted to talk about. Now that I have had a sponsorship happen for this channel, and I've probably talked about this on live streams before, so if you've heard this part before, then maybe it'll just kind of go over your head. But I've always decided, long before I have any opportunities, even before I was affiliated with Adventure Dice, that if I ever got sponsorships on my channels, I wanted them to be for stuff that I thought my viewers would actually get a benefit out of. I didn't want to just take generic sponsorships. Like, I'm doing D&D fantasy content about like Dungeons & Dragons, Warhammer, Magic the Gathering, and, you know, other fantasy related stuff out there, a little bit of video games as well. And I was like, if the audience that I'm watching is now being told by me, the fantasy guy, to go and buy, I don't know, factor meals. Like, yeah, I guess food is a general thing, but it's not super like personalized for my viewership. But this sponsor that I'm getting is very personalized for my viewership, which is why I was happy to take it. But I don't want to take sponsorships that I feel like don't work with my viewership. Like, for example, if I get a sponsorship with a razor company or something like that, it's like, I don't really want to take a sponsorship for that kind of thing because it doesn't fit my brand. It doesn't fit what I've been doing with my content. But here's the kicker, and some of you might understand where I'm going with this. So a lot of sponsors that do mass sponsorship deals with numerous different types of channels, the reasons you see those sponsorships all over the place and on varieties of different channels is because they pay exceptionally well. They pay a lot of money. And that's the part I kind of want to get into now. Because I have always thought, I do not want to take sponsorships that do not work with my audience, or is also not a product that I myself would actually use. And I still stand by that. I do not want to take any sponsorships that I don't think my audience would use, and importantly, that I will not use. Because if I'm going to throw it out, why should I then be entrusted to then sell this to somebody else if I'm not even going to use it? However, everybody has a price. And if HelloFresh or I don't know, Factor Meals or Occam's Razor, that's probably a brand or something like that, like wants to reach out and pay me thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars to run a 30-second advertisement in some random YouTube video, then am I really better than anybody else if I say, nah, I'm gonna stick to my morals and not do that? Or is it okay to do that because now YouTube as well with YouTube Premium is like, oh, you can just skip this. Or like even you on yourself on YouTube, you can now just press the fast forward button 2 or 3 times and you'll skip right through it. So it doesn't really overall matter. But I keep thinking to Josh Strife Hayes and his little, like, you know, sponsorships and business opportunities and stuff like that is always a currency that you burn with your audience anytime you do it. So you need to do it, you know, in a correct way with a correct type of product. And I always think about that, even though I don't get sponsorship opportunities fucking ever. This is the first one that I was over like, holy shit. So, but now that it's happened once, it will likely happen again. I will likely be reached out by companies that want to sponsor me and send me free product that I can, you know, hopefully sell to you guys. And that will likely happen again, you know, ideally, because that would be great for me because then I make money, and it's great for you because then you guys get cool stuff, and you can even get that cool stuff at a discount code using me. And that's awesome. But, and like the big one right now, of course, is like gambling sponsorships and everything, because like there was there was clips about Nadeshot talking about like how he would never take a gambling sponsorship because gambling is just inherently an evil, awful thing that ruins so many lives, and the odds of you winning are so exponentially low, but you don't see that reported. You always only ever see the highs. So it's one of those like really, really taboo things. But then he took a sponsorship from a gambling company, and then everyone's calling him a fucking hypocrite and an asshole because he said he would never do this. But then he outright said, like, listen, guys, you don't understand how much this company paid me. Like, life-changing amounts of money. And this is Nadeshot. Nadeshot already is a millionaire, very wealthy off, very, like, you know, he could retire and still be okay. But they still paid him some absorbent, that's probably the wrong way to use that word, but an insane amount of money that he was able to go back on his morals and be like, yep, all right, let's do it. And he already said, he's like, listen, my family's future, set. My children's future, set. Probably my grandchildren's if it like, if it goes that way, set with the amount of money they pay. And that's, you know, you have to think about that as a content creator. Like, if you are offered that amount of money, that life-changing amount of money, is it wrong to say no? Is it wrong to say yes to that kind of thing? Initially, when I think about it, like if some casino reaches out to me and is like, hey, we will pay you $500,000 to do a 30-second advertisement in one of your next coming YouTube videos. That's it. Like, initially, and it's very easy for viewers to be like, well, you would say no because gambling is bad. $500,000. That changes my life forever. That pays off every single debt I have right now. That pays off all my car. That pays off everything. I could get so much fixed. That's insane. For 30 seconds in a random YouTube video? Why would you not do that? And then, but the immoral part comes out, it's like, because it's gambling and gambling is bad. Yes, 100%. I've worked in casinos. I've seen gambling firsthand. I know the effects it can have on people. I've seen it. I have talked to people as a security officer, and like seen people punch machines and just go fucking haywire over gambling. I've been there. I've seen it. But, and this is the other part that comes up, nobody sits you down in front of a slot machine, takes money out of your wallet, puts it in, and says, now spin. You have to actively decide to do that. You have to actively choose to go and gamble. And a lot of people don't have a good enough resistance to not do that because they just see people winning all the time. And they go, well, hell yeah. Like it's always just winning because they don't see enough bad shit about gambling, especially because gambling sponsorships are so prevalent now because they make so much money. So you still only see people winning. And that's, yeah. And this is not, I want to make this 100% very, very clear. The sponsorship I have coming up is not a gambling sponsorship by any means whatsoever. There's no gambling, there's no gotcha in it whatsoever. You are getting exactly what you pay for. I want to be very, very clear on that before anybody gets any wrong ideas. But it's just made me think that, you know, many years ago, if someone asked me, I was like, would you ever take a gambling sponsorship? Point blank, I would say, without hesitation, I would say no. Guaranteed no. I've seen it. I've seen that type of shit, and I just, no. Absolutely fucking not. And then I saw like what Nadeshot was talking about on his stream with that sponsorship, and I really thought about it. Like if like DraftKings says $500,000, 30-second ad read, next YouTube video. That's it. That's all. Like, get that bread. And just trust that your audience will make the right decisions. And if you gamble, use your game sense. But is that worth the trust of burning? It's kind of made me think quite a bit on that kind of thing. Everybody has a price. And if you say no to that amount of money, that amount of life-changing money, are you really any better than somebody who said yes, did it for 30 seconds, and then never talked about it again? It's hard to think about. And I would love to hear your guys' comments about this. Because this is still a fork in the road that I have not had to make a decision about. I have not had any gambling companies reach out to sponsor me, and I likely won't for a very, very, very long time. But I could see it happening, and maybe not like a casino directly, but some other kind of gotcha mechanic in some other kind of game or company or... I mean, like, for fuck's sakes, Magic the Gathering's booster packs are a gambling thing. Now, it's technically not exactly gambling. This is how they get away with it, because you get something for your money. The amount of value you get out of that, and like its secondary value and everything, that, it's completely up to you and what other people say they'll pay for that product if you're trying to flip profit. But you still get something when you buy it. And, flat out gambling is when you can put $20 in a roulette, make a spin, and get fucking nothing for your money. That's full on gambling. But, a lot of people will still call it, well, it's still gambling, but it's like you get something, and that's why, it skirts those laws. So, yeah, I don't know. Just wanted to kind of talk about that a little bit. I wanted to share, like, I am genuinely super fucking jazzed about this sponsor. I'm really, really excited about this because it's my first actual sponsor. It's a product I've used in the past and still use to this day, and I'm really excited to talk about it. And I'm really excited to work with them, even with the fact that they know my channel's size and everything, and they still said, yeah, fuck it, let's do it. We'll pay you that. And it's like, that's awesome. But now that I've accepted that, now I've looked at it, I'm like, oh shit. I now have to actually really think about this now, because I'm at the point where I have companies reaching out to pay me to do stuff. Not just send me free product and a code. No, they will pay me flat rates. So I have to think about, okay, what type of sponsorships do I take? How much money is it worth it for me to think, okay, even if this product is not 100% like my brand or my channel or something that I would use all the time. Because that's the thing, like if a gambling company reaches out and says like $500,000, 30-second ad revenue, will you do it? I would never use the product in my life. I don't gamble. I play Magic the Gathering, so I will do something where I will get something for my money 100%. But if it's a chance to get nothing for your money, I will never, ever, 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 ever do that. So I would never use the product. But $500,000 to talk about the product? I don't know. I still don't know what I would say in that kind of situation. So I would love to hear what you guys' thoughts are, especially, if there is any other content creators who are watching this who have, done sponsorships. I doubt it. My channel is very tiny, but if you are a channel or a content creator who has done paid sponsorships in the past, I would fucking love to talk to you about this, because I am in such strange unknown waters here with this. I'd love to talk about that, and please voice your comments down below. And if you're just a viewer, I would love to know your thoughts and opinions on content creators and sponsorships. I would really, really love to know your opinions, because I have my opinions as a viewer on sponsorships as well. I don't have a problem with content creators taking sponsorships, because sponsorships pay more money than YouTube will ever pay that content creator. They are a necessary, again, not a necessary evil. They are a necessary thing for livelihoods to happen on YouTube. It is a sheer fact. Without sponsorships, more than half of the content creators you watch would not have jobs. So it is a necessary thing to have. But I still almost 100% of the time skip through sponsorships. Even if it's a sponsor that I use or a sponsor that I would likely use, I skip through them because I'm not watching YouTube to be advertised to. I'm watching YouTube to be entertained or to gain knowledge about something that I'm interested in. So that's going to do it for this video. Hope you're having a good time. Again, I would love to talk to anybody and everybody about this because I have just a swirling of vortex of thoughts and emotions about this. And I'd really like to talk to other people about it. But overall, I'm really, really excited for this sponsorship. I really hope it goes well. And you know what? I hope you guys like it as well. I think you will. But, you know, time will tell. Thank you guys so much. If you enjoyed this, tell your friends. If you didn't, you tell me. And I'll catch you guys all later. Bye-bye.